This is my biggest concern with the Giants. And I do believe that the Giants have a bigger problem because there's 2 quarterbacks available in the draft. And the Giants, to me, don't seem like they have interest in either quarterback. And my problem with that is, will the Giants ever have a black starting quarterback?
NBA investigating OKC.
The number one reason why you got to have an investigation is for the betting line. Bronny should have stayed in college. Bronny should be getting ready for the NCAA tournament. He does not have freakish athletic ability. He does not have unusual size. I mean, he is as ordinary comes as far as the NBA prospect. All the highlights I see him, man, he do ordinary stuff. Mm-hmm. That I know that if he wasn't the son of the king, he definitely wouldn't be on the highlight tape.
Welcome to episode 42, fully loaded. Chris Carter, he's watching this thing. Hey, pause for a minute. Let me at least they all know you, but let me start the show.
Hey, what's up, people?
So tell them what you're watching.
I'm watching some throwback video. Reggie White tossing me into Warren Moon.
Chris Carter, number 80, trying to block Reggie White. It's twice tonight. It's just not going to work. And he just kind of discards him. Warren, you see, Warren couldn't believe it. He said, "What happened there?"
Yeah, this is the kids at the school, FAU. They showed me this video.
They did?
Hey, coach, you don't look so tough here.
What'd you say? When they say, "Hey, coach, you don't look so tough," what'd you say?
I said, well, first of all, I'm at FAU. What would you know about being tough? Okay? All right? I'm in the same video with 2 first ballot.
That's a Chris Carter answer.
I'm in the video with 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. If there's a bank robbery taking place, I'm in the back, okay? But the funny thing about this, besides, I mean, he made me look foolish and everything, but when we installed this stupid play, waggle bootleg, now Reggie's
waggle bootleg.
Yeah, waggle bootleg.
Got it.
He installed it. I tell him, hey, that guy that y'all are expecting to take that play fake and chase it down the line,
he ain't gonna.
That's not what he does. Oh, Reggie, he's gonna take the. I said, no, he's not. He's gonna be standing there waiting on me. Hey, Chris, what you doing? And that's what he asked me. What you doing? Toss me into Warren Moon. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Chris Carter tried. They shouldn't have Chris Carter try to block Reggie White. No, the offensive coordinator didn't listen to Chris Carter and told him, if you ask me to block Reggie, he's not going to be moving fast enough for me to block him. He's not going to take the play fake.
Correct.
But like happens a lot of times, offensive coordinators say, just run the play. Okay.
What did OC say after that? What did you say to him when he went back to the sidelines?
You were right.
You were right. And you said what? Thanks?
Yeah, no, you made me look like a fool on national TV.
I was out one getting thrown all over the place.
Yeah, thank you.
How good was Reggie White? Dude, I know, but for you talk about the young kid, like people that don't know, how good was Reggie White?
Okay, if we're going to talk sacking the quarterback, and we're talking about 80s, 90s, 2000, to me, there's really only like 3 people you can talk about.
Okay, Reggie White.
Reggie White's one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, superstar.
Yeah. At
about 315 to 320 pounds, I visually saw him run a 4.69 40.
You saw him run.
I saw him do that. Running against another defensive tackle that was about 340, Jerome Brown. Jerome Brown was running barefoot, and Jerome Brown ran a 4.72. Reggie ran a 4.69.
Crazy.
In the bubble, in Philadelphia.
Crazy.
After a practice. Now, the 3 people, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor,
LT, yep,
and Bruce Smith. You know, to me, collectively, they got about 600 sacks among them. But the way they did it, the way they delivered, in all 3 very, very different. Mm-hmm. Reggie's uniqueness was, especially in the 46 defense with Buddy Ryan, they put Reggie over the center. Now, the center typically is the most undersized of all the offensive linemen, and typically not the most athletic.
Yeah.
Not the best. Guys don't sign up to center because, hey, I'm the best offensive lineman. Let me play center.
They get moved to center.
I mean, you center. A guy, he's a thinker. He's a quarterback. Mm-hmm. He could be a little undersized. He could be a little quick. You know, get out and run and everything. No, but I wouldn't. They're all not Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not that. But Reggie's ability to be able to exploit the mismatch and play inside and be able to play outside shade on the guard, outside shade, inside shade on the tackles. Like, he could do all that. Bruce Smith, I think that he had the most variety as far as moves and then also longevity. You know, he is one of a kind. Now, Lawrence Taylor, he shows up at the party with like a Tasmanian devil. So you know he's not going to be able to play as long, but the uniqueness for which and the energy that he brought and the speed. Like, Lawrence Taylor is the only player that I ever saw from a defensive end standpoint that we double teamed him every play. Every pass play,
no matter
every
what,
running play.
2 guys on him.
2 guys on him the whole time. So now you put the quarterback in the count. So offensively, you've canceled 3 guys. 2 on him and the quarterback, because he's not going to block. He's just throwing the ball. So
that's tough.
Yeah, you playing 8-man football.
Correct.
Yeah, so
it was a good. It wasn't for a long time, but it was a damn good time.
No, but that's a good discussion.
As hard as he was
on
playing.
Me being tossed into Reggie. Yeah, I got on him too after the game because Reggie White is pretty much the one who started the praying on the field after the game. The players coming together that they still do to now. The players to the day, they still get on the field.
Before Reggie, people weren't doing that.
No, Reggie was the guy.
Really?
But when we got into the prayer after that, I'm like, Reggie, you need to talk to Jesus. The way you treated me, I'm your boy. You need to talk to Jesus yourself. Take a knee, bow your head. Great guy, man. I miss him.
I love that.
God bless my dog. Big dog. Big doggy, Reggie.
Well, they can't start a show off any better than that. All right, so let's go to another defensive player, defensive end Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Who just signed a record-breaking extension. He said just 1 month after requesting a trade. What about the money, but feeling more confident in the team's future? What do you think happened to, and he got 100, hold on, here we go. He got Adam Schefter, the 4-year extension averages $40 million a year and includes $123.5 million in guaranteed money. Did they just pay him enough where the competitive part didn't much matter, or does he think they got a shot to win in Cleveland?
In all reality, man, we out here working. We trying to get ourselves in a position that we don't have to work no more.
Correct.
All you take from the NFL is money and memories. Now, some of the memories don't be bad. But if you got a lot of money, they won't be too bad.
Money and memories.
Money and memories. Now, what happened in his situation was the Browns finally did something that makes sense. Guess what they said? Yeah, you're our best player. Yeah, we heard you. We're going to disregard it. Because we're going to put a better team around you.
Correct.
No, I want to leave. I want out of here. I'm going to Super Bowl. I'm doing every interview. I want out of this place. And logically, what he said made sense. But now you talk business until you got a contract.
Correct.
And what the owner said was, because Miles requested a meeting, the owner pulled the gangster move and said, guess what? Hey, bro, we ain't even going to meet. Ain't no need to meet. Because I'm getting ready to offer you the largest guarantees, non-quarterback.
A contract to be impossible to say no to.
That's what I'm getting ready to do. Now, do you want to meet about that? Because I'm not meeting about your future. Because this is your future. I appreciate what you're doing. I haven't done my part. But let me do my part and pay you the way you should be paid.
Correct.
And Miles did what was right business-wise. He did what was right for the Browns. He did what was right for his family and for his future. He took life-changing money to be quiet and go back to work and do what he's done for the last 7, 8 years for the Browns.
Does he have a chance to win in Cleveland?
No.
But he'll have memories and money.
And it's not because I don't think he's not a good player.
No, he's not, but I'm saying they don't have enough around him, coaching, player, personnel.
They don't have the history of doing enough right things to be able to get it right. They are the 4th most effective professional football team in their division. The Bengals are run better than them. You ain't got a chance of being matched to Baltimore and to Pittsburgh. I mean, they're in the top 6 to 8 teams of how they operate in the league. And now the Bengals, I mean, Joe Burrows has changed things there. The guarantees, they getting ready to sign Chase and Higgins. Mm-hmm. The Bengals are trying to change how they're doing things. Man, the Browns are at the bottom. So, no, I can't say that they got a chance to win there, given the division, given all the quarterbacks in the AFC.
Correct. Well, and the owner, as you said, a gangster move, but the owner was, hey, bro, you can talk all you want about winning Super Bowls, but at the end of the day, it is about your family. And if you were the president of the Browns and Pittsburgh offered you that kind of money to leave the Browns, you might or you with the Chiefs. You're like, we might win again. How much y'all going to pay me to go over there? I'm going to come. So he understood that.
It's so much more than the second guy.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's such a. I'm tipping my hat. Hey, get what's
Correct.
And this is the money to build back it up.
Yeah.
And now that whatever he was thinking about financially, whatever, that's over with. To not think about that as a man.
Forever.
That must be an amazing thing.
Yeah. That's a lot of money. A lot of guaranteed money.
A great player.
Mm-hmm. Well deserved. Here's another player that got a pretty decent. So Cooper Kupp was. Why did the Rams cut Cooper Kupp?
I think the Rams. Well, Puka's the number one reason.
Yeah.
Because they drafted another guy.
Yeah.
And this happens all the time in the NFL. A guy comes through the door and you're like, man, that's a good looking. That guy look good. What position he play? we play the same position.
He plays my position, yeah.
And then they get some experience in the system, and then it becomes, man, that guy might be better than me in this system. And that's where Puka is. Puka bigger, stronger, faster than him. So now they're going to build around that.
How do you think Cooper does? He signed a 3-year deal, $45 million. How do you think he does with Seahawks?
I think he'll do well. He's a great route runner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him and Sam Darnold will have a good rapport. Mm-hmm. He's got Jackson Smith and Jigma up there, the kid from Ohio State. He's a good receiver, made the Pro Bowl this past year. So they'll be able to build something. He's a hard worker, great route runner. He is a professional route runner.
Got it.
You know, the system there will definitely enhance his ability to be able to get open. But, man, Cooper Kupp was a good football player.
No doubt about it.
You know, and for a while he was in the top 5 wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got a little look at it for a couple of years there, and then injuries.
Yeah, and then other guys show up.
That's
right?
what the NFL is about, man.
Other guys just show up.
I mean, bro, I'm 1998. I'm sitting at home. I didn't rip off 5 straight Pro Bowls. Vikings, number 21, draft Randy Moss. Guess what happened? I looked across the locker room and saw that dude came down to Boca Raton, ran the first day. Denny Green called me, hey, Chris, what you think? Ain't no need for me to be thinking. I know what's happening here. Bigger, stronger, faster just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, pretty, 6'4".
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just different.
Different,
bro.
Yes.
Different level shit.
It happens to everybody.
Here's a guy that may not know what's happened to him. All right.
We're getting ready to let him know.
We're getting ready to let Aaron Rodgers know, because this is a lot of, I don't know if I'm going to, I might play the Vikings, Steelers, and Giants, who were saying earlier in the week, let's say some things that have happened that would preclude that from happening. And then you got, what's his name there, the ESPN guy I was talking about. He said he's just kind of like I'm over it, dude. Like, what do you mean you don't want to, do you know if you want to play football or not? Like, what are we doing here? What do you think Aaron Rodgers is doing here?
Aaron Rodgers, this is your boy Cris Carter, man. Sign with the Vikings. It will be the best offensive personnel around you, maybe your whole career. Kevin O'Connell, let him whisper in your ear, because this is the one thing I'm just puzzled why people have not said this or even thought about it. If Kevin O'Connell can do that for Sam Darnold, can he do that for an accomplished quarterback?
He could, I mean, yes. You think
why
Aaron Rodgers is from a a performance standpoint, obviously, no doubt, his unbelievable career. You think in today's world, Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers can play as well as Sam Darnold at his age with his totally good.
He got better tools. He can't move as well as Sam was moving this year, which created some plays, but he got better tools. The timing, anticipation, and arm strength. Playing indoors. Perfect conditions for 9 games.
I agree with all that.
Hey, now. Playing indoors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ain't playing in New York or Green Bay out in the cold. I get it.
His boy A-Rod from Green Bay at running back.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl tight end. All right? JJ. Man, after what I put out there with the Giants, and we're talking about going back, with the Jets, I'm talking about going to the Giants. Yeah. I'm talking about going to Pittsburgh, playing outside in Pittsburgh. No. I'm getting ready to go to Minnesota. Just like Brett Favre. I didn't know Brett did it, but I'm getting ready to do it too. I didn't know Brett did it, but I'm getting ready to do it too.
I'm not following Brett.
I'm not following Brett, but
I might do it.
But this is my best opportunity.
So why hasn't he done it?
Brett took us to the NFC Championship in New Orleans, a chance to win the Super Bowl. Game goes overtime, we lose. Aaron, this is a great opportunity. We're one of the great offensive minds that we have. We got a good defense.
So why hasn't he done it?
I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes, but I was trying to lay low. I was trying not to say this.
You ain't laying low now.
Man, J.J. McCarthy did not get the normal red shirt year. He did not practice. He had a knee issue. So he's just watching practice and film study. He didn't get the actual reps that you typically get. Okay, it's my second year. This is not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes started the last couple games.
You know what? J.J. McCarthy and Patrick Mahomes have nothing.
No, I'm just trying to say the experience.
I know what you're saying.
Because people say, okay, rookie, okay, going to that second year. People do all these things to try to add up to, this is why this can work. Aaron Rodgers works in Minnesota.
And he's not going to be there forever. He ain't going to play forever. You're not messing with J.J.
1 year, man.
Correct.
Like 1 year.
He's just you just don't know, he's so fucked up. You're like, will he show up? Will he not?
Yeah, man.
Will he be at an igloo
Bring your weed,
somewhere?
man, with you. Whatever you're doing, man.
Will he be living under the ground for 12 days?
I don't know. Mushrooms, whatever, man. Bring them people with you. If not, they got good people in
Minnesota. You can do all that shit in
Minnesota.
I know
that.
Sure as hell know you'll pass the drug test. You'll be good either way. You already gave a lesson on that.
Dude on the left, dude on the right.
That's right. You little Visine, you're good. All right. Well, I hope he goes. I'd love to see what happens there. All right, so now we talked last week about Stephen A., LeBron, and Stephen A. was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast this week. And
Gilbert does a good job, man.
Gilbert does a really good job. I don't like watching a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. I'll watch podcasts. His is really good.
Now, I'm with you. I do like this. I feel like it's sometimes I just had to catch a little peek. They be saying some crazy stuff on there.
No doubt, which I love. And I'll watch it. So it's great. Unbelievable.
And the overall banter and the back and forth. And I know a couple of the guys, and I know it's real.
Yeah.
That's real stuff.
Which makes a difference in
this
freaking world since it's real.
Yeah.
Which is probably why, Steve, it's kind of funny, too, when you get people on there and it's real, you got to be real. You got no choice. So he said on there, he asked about, him and Bron. He said, I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. And then DeMarcus Cousins was talking about this. So let's put a pin in that. Let's start with Stephen A. You said last week, I think they're both right. Okay. You said, I think are they going to keep talking about this? Did Stephen A., was it bullshit that he confronted him like that? Was it weak? Or was LeBron right as a dad to go hey, man, enough?
Well, this is the thing. As a dad, and LeBron hasn't been a helicopter parent. When you get in situations, LeBron knows the NBA better than me. And that's one thing, too, that I think is misrepresented on a lot of these podcasts and everything. We put a little shit on the NBA. We think the NBA is not run as efficiently as the NFL. And if someone is an NFL player who is consuming NBA content, I'm over in their world, And I heard Rich Paul saying some stuff on Pat's show.
Yeah.
And he was saying, man, we got all these people, especially other athletes, consuming them, and they don't give the NBA benefit of the doubt. Like, we really don't. And we critique it in a way that's not fair. Like, it's really not fair. Like
The media in general, former athletes, NFL guys.
Especially the former athletes.
Got it.
Like, it is not fair how they look at the NBA and how they look at the NFL and how they analyze the stories. What LeBron has is a very, very unique perspective because he was over-criticized as a young basketball player. And then now being the dad of Bronny is not necessarily going to get a fair analysis. So LeBron tried to step in when he thought it was unfair.
But to that point, Bron seems ridiculously smart. Seems ridiculously, as it pertains to his business career, him being whatever you want to call it, pseudo whatever of the NBA.
Right.
He's, as you and other people have pointed out, man, like he's run his career from a little kid and never felt like he don't fuck shit up. Like he just handles his business.
No.
Should he not understand that, hey man, that is my son. There are people that have accomplished 1/1,000,000th of what LeBron have accomplished. You're like, hey bro, your son, or you're like, you understand they're gonna throw some his way no matter what. Should he already understand that?
LeBron understands everything that's going on.
But he's just a dad.
LeBron is a dad, but I thought in the LeBron message, it would be like, let me see, who can I? It would be like myself and Larry Fitzgerald having a confused. Larry Fitzgerald Jr.
Okay. Yep.
Because I've been pretty much knowing him all of his professional life and young life. And then Larry would say, like if I was covering his son, he's got a son who's a prospect, going to be a power forward player, wide receiver. I thought we was better than that.
You and him.
Yeah.
That even if it was legitimate, constructive criticism, his deal is, I thought you and I were good.
I thought that
you would
me
pull
and
yourself
you and
out of
I
that.
had laid down enough tracks, and I thought that, because a lot of this, man, behind the scenes is we know more information than we give out.
Correct.
So even in doing this, that's what, and Rich Paul said, he said it was a little dust up. Sometimes those things happen. But I thought that was kind of the response. Yeah, it's a dad, but I thought we were better than that.
Correct.
And I think sometimes, we misinterpret our relationships, like what that means as far as me doing my job.
But you still got a job.
Say, for instance, Odell Beckham. Because I've had a long relationship with Odell Beckham. And one time in the morning, I think it was a Mike and Meaike hit, and it was about him when he was just setting the world on fire. And I had said something about him. And then immediately, their people call him. Then he hit me up a couple hours after the show, and he's like, yo, Unc, what's up, man? Like my people said, man, you said such and such, such and such, such and such. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Well, man, you know me better than that. Why didn't you hit me up and get it straight from me? Bruh, check your phone. Oh, I did. Well, I hit you up, and I'll let you know.
Never heard back.
I'm ready to go live, man.
Correct.
Like, I like some more information that maybe that I can send this story in a different way. You know the way? Because I just talked to OBJ, and this is the deal. You didn't pick up, man. I ain't had no chance. I got a job to do. And going about that job, I take all these things in consideration. I didn't do anything that was disrespectful and everything, but it was just, he was like, I thought, we was bigger than that. We are. I gave you a warning.
Correct.
I sent out a flare.
Plus, dude.
You didn't pick it up.
The reality is
I sent you the sign language.
Correct. And you didn't respond.
You didn't.
But you also
saved me.
There's a
people
bunch
are
of
taking
other
me
people,
against my will.
Hey, if you ain't talking about it because you got a relationship with whomever, There's still everybody else in the world talking about it anyway, bro. Like my point is, it isn't like you have something that you're disclosing because you're like you said, there's a lot of information.
Right. And I can't stop talking about the subject because of that. And I'm getting paid, Stephen A. $100 million now. I'm getting paid to drop nuggets.
Correct.
On all these basketball subjects. Correct. Now, I'm supposed to be an expert on you and your son.
Correct. And to your point, you said this 2 or 3 times on this show. Hey, man, there's plenty of stuff Stephen A. knows he don't talk about.
Ooh.
Like, plenty of stuff. And people trying to get him, right? Because it's a show. Ooh. They'd love to get some of that out of him, and he don't do it.
Man, what he did, LeBron was professional.
Yes. Because like you said, you called it a treasure trove. He got a treasure trove of information.
Man, I'm talking about, not LeBron. Yes. But I'm just saying in general, on you.
Life-altering shit.
Your crew. Mm-hmm. Your family, stuff you've done, drug test, arrest that weren't reported, domestic issues,
correct,
anger, violence. Like, man, if Stephen A. drop a dime on you, bro, you're gonna have a problem.
I don't think you want to poke that there too much, but yeah,
no.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So DeMarcus Cousins said he thought it was hypocritical. Because LeBron's situation, he said he got a $50,000 fine in 2016. He said, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. I was called a villain, bully, thug when I confronted a reporter for speaking on my family, got suspended, fined, and eventually traded. I look forward to getting my lick back. Why would LeBron be, Stephen A's at the game. He's talking to him. It wasn't some press conference. Does that still apply to how LeBron talks to everybody that's in attendance at the game? Because I don't see that, but am I wrong?
No, but I guarantee you LeBron has addressed other people in the same manner. He just didn't get that fanfare. Correct. He's done that. I seen him do that to fans, people critical of him, say something. Yeah, LeBron will check you. You say something out of pocket at the game. Yeah, he will check you. But, man, this is all a part of being him, man. It's tough. It's impossible. Like, man, everything they do is under scrutiny. To me, what LeBron James did, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know the reason why? I'm a dad, but I ain't the dad LeBron James got to be. No. So all these people out there telling me, oh, yeah, I understand as a dad. No, you don't.
Correct.
No, you don't.
Well, that's what Stephen A. said. He's like, dude, as much as you say that, you weren't on the NBA roster with your son on the NBA. You don't know what that's like. Even DeMarcus Cousins, you didn't live through that. You don't know.
No, DeMarcus Cousins. The only thing besides you being a brother, LeBron being a brother, y'all played the NBA. That's all y'all got to like. And also your reputation. You know, when you go to the principal's office, the first thing is, okay, what's your past behavior? Because that's the number one way to predict future behavior. Yeah. And there's no way that no commissioner, no league is going to give DeMarcus Cousins benefit of the doubt because of his past history and his inconsistency in his behavior. Come on, bro. Stop, man. Stop comparing yourself to LeBron. Yeah.
They'll need to, yeah. NBA investigating OKC. So the Thunder, they sat their entire starting lineup against Portland. Now, they beat Portland with none of them dudes, 107-89. Now, SJ, he missed due to rest, while the other 4 were also ruled out. Now, the NBA is saying they're closely monitoring potentially improper. And I get they're making sure dudes don't sit out too many games. I get all that. But at some point, dude, Portland's they're not good. Yeah. Okay? And you
look up how many game lead does OKC have in the Western Conference for home court advantage.
Yeah. And you can beat a team, and you did it. You sat your 5 starters and still fucking smoked them. At some point, does common sense come into this whole? And I get it. Like, during the season, you're in your 5th game. I get what you're trying to accomplish. I also want to see guys play. But are they going to end up fining them? They fined the Jazz the other day $100,000 for, some of the same bullshit, I
pretending
guess.
to be an NBA team.
Improper abs.
No. They fined the Jazz for pretending to be an NBA team.
They did not, but they should have. Maybe should have fined them $200,000. They fined them for improper absences. I guess they should be improper when they are not absent in their attendance. Okay. Dude, at some point in time, what's the deal? Like, you got to play you got to stuff your guys. Deal, man.
This is the deal. They have an outrageous lead in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
They earned that. Nobody gave that to them.
No.
They earned it. They got the best record. They got the favorite to be the MVP. They have earned all these things. Now, several years ago, when the fans had backlash because a lot of the star players were missing key games and what they call usage rate and all that, and then they even changed their collective bargaining agreement to reflect these new rules and everything. So now if you sit a number of players like that, the number one reason why you got to have an investigation is for the betting line.
Yeah, but that's important. I know.
That's the number one reason.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm a fan of that.
So every time
I'm a fan of that.
An inordinate number of players miss action, there should be an investigation. And then now, based on the way they've agreed to do business, that now if you miss so many games, you can't even be all NBA. So now they're going to take away your money too. So now teams collectively, you sit too many players, too many games, they're going to fine the team. This is the new way of doing business. You want this new energy into the game? You got all these other partners and stuff around the world globally. They need to know that the product is going to be safe from people trying to rest too many players. So that's what this is from. So this is the way they agree they're going to do business. That every time this happens, we're going to do an investigation. Well, good, you should.
Yeah.
Make sure ain't nobody point shaving and everything. And the players, if they are healthy, they should be made available to play. In Portland, I don't know how you lose to the backups of the NBA team.
Because you're terrible. You're terrible.
Yeah, investigate Portland too. Open up another joint investigation
against them
simultaneously.
and Utah. They
Yeah,
both get it.
Utah.
For pretending to be an NBA team. They're an imposter.
You like that, don't you?
I do like that a lot. I'm like, we keep doing that. That's fucking great. I like that one. As much as what him and LeBron had in common. That was my second favorite one. All right, so Stephen A was tough. Obviously, I've realized at this point in time that I would be overqualified to be a general manager in the NFL. I've actually taken a few weeks and decided that I'm blown away. I think when I was 17 working at UPS, I'd have been overqualified because they keep doing shit that makes me, I'm just, so Stephen A was talking about the Giants, and I like what he said. It ain't as funny as the ones you said, but then you got a GM that is wearing diapers in his position he got. And he just went off about the whole deal. Dude, how bad are things in New York with the Giants?
Well, I don't think you can ever recover from the Barkley and not because people make mistakes over players, over money, over, something. He's been injured. I thought he was going to be a better player when we drafted him. We didn't put the other things around him to maximize him. We never had a dominant line. I didn't know how important having a dominant line was going to be. But the Giants have had a history of playing physical football. And when they get Barkley, they can't be physical. So that's a problem. You documented it. You're on Hard Knocks, making light of Barkley and his overall ability. And you're bragging about having Daniel Jones.
I can't. And he just got paid.
I mean, as a backup, potentially,
know,
maybe
but
a starter.
still.
No, man. Potential, man. All these general managers. Indy's saying we just signed him as a backup that can play a same style as a running quarterback that we have in Richardson. So we can have one system, have both quarterbacks have similar styles, and the competition to be good for Richardson. Okay, I can sign off of that. Let's stick focused and stick on the Giants, though.
But you did it with Danny Dimes. You distracted me. But let's stay on the Giants. Okay.
Barkley going down the Jersey Turnpike to Philadelphia, your rival in the division. And he was basically the MVP of the season.
Correct. And they won a fucking championship.
And
with your guy.
They highlighted his ability compared to laughing at him on the phone. Oh, no. You can't have a running back making 11 when you have the quarterback make.
And I get all that. Who the hell?
Philly's quarterback was making $10 million more than Danny Dimes, and they made room for him. They found it. Same salary cap, bro. Same amount.
Yeah, but back, and I've heard this forever. Reading, watching, dude, this doesn't happen. You don't trade even a guy of
not trade. No.
I'm sorry.
Give away.
Give away. My bad. I shouldn't even.
No. Open up the door. Come in and ravage my home. Have what you want.
You
son.
don't let. Hey, here's the deal. You don't let me. How can I make it good?
Your competitor?
No. I already know that. I run my competitor over. But you don't open that damn door, knowing that he's going to head there. He's going to be in your division. You're going to play him a couple times, and you're like that. Isn't that back for as long as we've watched football? You hear it, and I don't hear as much in the NBA, maybe I should, but like Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. I mean, like when dudes went from that was a weird. Like when you're like he went from the Yankees to the Red, they let him go to the Red, like the Red Sox to the Yankees. Like that doesn't happen from the Dodgers to the Giants. Like that doesn't happen. How do you recover from that? And as this GM, how long do you keep people around? You just go like, hey man, like. Yeah, he fucked that one up, and he fucked a bunch of other shit up. But, we don't know if we can find anybody better.
To me, he's not going to do enough rights to be able to right that one.
So why not get rid of him? If he can never earn it back anyway.
I think the way the Mara family and the way they've done things in the past, it don't work no more. It don't work no more. They have not been very good as far as a general manager. They have not been very good as far as selecting a coach. So for me, why would I have faith in how they're going to do things? If he wouldn't have been in Philly, he could have ended up in Dallas. Like, this was going to come back to haunt you either way.
You were never going to get rid of him. You were never going to see the end of him. He wasn't out in L.A. playing football. You didn't see him a couple times a year. They played one playoff game and won, and nobody thinks about it. Nobody talks about it. Like, okay, Barkley left. He went somewhere else.
They basically drove him down the turnpike, left him at the front door in a basket, crying, left him one bottle of milk so he'd have enough to be able to nourish himself.
And he was nourished.
So that Howie Roseman, the general manager, hey, man, what? The Giants just left this here for me? Yeah.
And they said they can't be that stupid. No, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are that stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I got major concerns with the New York Football Giants. And my major concern is
can we not call them the New York Football Giants anymore?
No, we got to do that. What? We got to do that just out of history and everything. But
out
the
of
New York
respect
Football
to the guys
Giants,
that used to do it,
they don't have to be good. It sounds like some official name and everything, but they're not good.
I remember when they used to. Growing up, that was a machine.
This is my biggest concern with the Giants, and I do believe that the Giants have a bigger problem because there's two quarterbacks available in the draft, and the Giants, to me, don't seem like they have interest in either quarterback. And my problem with that is, will the Giants ever have a black starting quarterback?
If they don't have,
and I got into a verbal argument with a Giants fan yesterday, and he was visibly upset.
Why?
And he was like, Chris, how can you say this about the Giants? They got so many black players. They had,
but they didn't have a black quarterback.
But none at quarterback. Hey, no starter. Backups.
Correct, but no starter. If you don't like one of these two kids, because if you don't like one of those two quarterbacks in your team, you either really stupid or you got something. Because I agree with it. I don't sit to put them in these meetings. They are so stupid sometimes I'm not confused that I'm not surprised. But one of these two kids, Cameron Shador, like one of those two kids, you're not sitting back going, oh my God.
And the reason why I know that is because I have listened to who they are interviewing the last 3 days. Man, when you start talking about Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, you better be talking about, okay, what's the transition plan?
You got him for 11 months.
Okay? Yeah. So you don't, so Aaron Rodgers, okay, Russell Wilson, what do you think he's going to be doing? You think he's some long-term answer? And Joe Flacco played with me, didn't he?
Yeah, but what? Joe Flacco played before you. I think he was already in the league by the time you got in. And Russell, yeah, I mean, I don't.
I mean, you would be interviewing these guys with Shador available.
I'd be taking Cameron Shador.
And Cam Ward available?
Correct. No, I'd be taking one of those two.
So to me, it just took me to their history. So that to me is I'm concerned.
Dude, where'd you get an argument at? What the fuck were you just got an argument with the Giants for? You walking down the street and like you were golfing, I bet. Were you golfing?
I wasn't golfing, but I was in a facility that does have a golf course, but I was playing in a private poker game.
Got it. And you were playing with a guy.
Yeah, with him.
Okay. He started arguing about it.
Yes.
He was really visibly offended that you said that.
Oh, man. But not as mad as later on when I caught Trip Jackson. He had Trip 9s and I had a boat, and he thought I was bluffing.
So it's a bad day for him.
Right.
And he's a Giants fan.
So he probably wasn't mad about what I was saying, but when, the chips were everywhere. And when I go to rake, man, I go to rake
Get
them.
him. Yeah.
And I was like, this is for all the brothers that want to play quarterback for the Giants. Maybe that might have done it.
No, that's good.
That might have done it right
there. It's a
there.
good closing line right there.
Right.
We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
If they don't take one of those two, there's some problem there. All right, so Josh Allen got a 6-year, $330 million. It makes me realize how big that contract is for Miles Garrett. $330 million contract. And Shannon Sharp was talking about, like, dude, like at some point in time, he needs to win. Like, everybody rely. And I was reading some of the comments because they made me laugh. And, this guy had said, well, every quarterback's under pressure. And Shannon's like, that's a lie, bro. Like, they're not all under the same pressure, dude. Do you think Josh Allen, with we still got, with what we have in AFC and all these guys, do you think he's got a shot in the next couple of years with who the Bills have personnel-wise to win a championship?
Buffalo's problem, Shay, hey, bro, I dig what you're talking about. But Buffalo's problem is not their quarterback. So now, this is what happens in sports. Mm-hmm. That this guy is playing in an era with Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Also in the same era with Joe Burrow. Also in the same era with Jalen Hurts. Also in the same era with Lamar. In the same era with Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
Like, that's a tough deal. There was one winner this year. Everybody else in the NFL is a loser. Mm-hmm. So now, because did we change the expectation for Trevor Lawrence when he got that big contract, record-breaking contract in Jacksonville?
Yeah, he was getting paid.
No.
But he wasn't going to win a championship.
But we didn't change the expectation. We didn't say, hey, guess what, guys? He's got to win a championship now.
But I think everybody knew they had no shot to win a championship, right? Like, the Bills are knocking on the door.
All these other quarterbacks, we don't tell them they have to. Dak, we didn't tell him he had to win a championship now in Dallas.
So why do we tell him? Why do we tell Josh Allen he does?
Because he's so good now.
Yeah.
And because he was MVP, and we feel like we should ratchet up the pressure. So we should move the goal line.
Got it.
He had no weapons.
That's my point.
And took them where they took them.
I'm actually more impressed in watching him play.
Yes. Now, what they should do with some of the money he left on the table is accessorize him to help him to get him to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But I believe that there's more pressure on Lamar, who has 2 MVPs, with Josh is 1 MVP. Mm-hmm. Josh, in the head-to-heads with Patrick Mahomes, has played amazing.
Yeah.
So how can I put more pressure on myself? And I've played amazing in the biggest games. And I'm in the ultimate team sport. And because my team lost, you guys outside of here are going to put more pressure on me. And I've done everything the right way, besides the fact that y'all said I could never develop as a pocket passer.
And he ain't never bitched about the people he doesn't have around him, because he ain't got nobody around. He has never, I've never heard him one time go, even roll his eye. He just is a team dude.
No.
Because he's throwing to some dudes, and you're like, can somebody get open? Can somebody catch the ball? Can somebody run down the freaking field?
Can somebody play some defense?
Can somebody play some defense?
Can somebody make a kick?
God bless him. Yeah, that's the Bills. Somebody make a kick. So, talking about GMs, I had to switch real quick because I went to watch the Heat play last night. And Andrew's like, man, what do you think about their coach? I said, the more I watch the Heat play, the more I think they should get Spoelstra a raise. They're so fucking bad. Like, I was looking last night, you had Tyler Hero, you had Duncan Robinson. Whew, wow. You had,
y'all are not going to do a defensive clinic on how to stop people.
Dude, neither one of those guys
with
cover
them dudes on the floor.
No, Bam, who ain't playing like the Bam I've seen over years. Jaquez Jr., who had a great rookie campaign. I don't know what happened to him. And then the little point guard who plays some D. He's from Baylor or something. Plays some D. I don't know if he put the ball. Stocky dude. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching. I'm just like, wow, they're bad. and the Celtics ain't got Brown on the court, and they don't got Porzingis, and Tatum plays around a little bit. Then we decides like we're gonna win. They win by 12. That's why they were an easy bet to cover. But I'm looking at Pat Riley, man. Like my seat's here, Pat Riley, right, and I'm just like, is it passed him by? Because they ain't got nobody. Jimmy, like, is it? Why can't they get some dudes in there to coach and compete with?
I think the Heat right now are in transition because the Heat made a mistake several years ago when they signed Whitehead to that big deal, and then they got out of it, traded him off and everything. Then they brought Jimmy Butler in. But Jimmy Butler, man, every time you lay down with Jimmy Butler, you get a case of the fleas.
On the way out, when you wake up.
Everywhere
when you
he
wake
goes.
up.
And then everyone on the other side is all refreshed, the team organization revigorated. Yeah, Jimmy Butler in the house. Okay, you're going to have a
Buckle
case.
up. Buckle up.
Okay,
yeah.
You're going to be scratching in a minute.
That is a fact.
So I've been a long-time Heat fan, years and years of season tickets and everything. The game doesn't pass you by. It's just harder and harder to make deals. Now, the thing I can respect about Pat Riley is they didn't mortgage the future. They don't have a whole bunch of money tied up in older players and things like that. So they are still, every offseason in free agency, they are a destination. Because of the way the organization is run, how competitive that they are. Location, taxes. So they're always going to be, right now, they're just in transition. They didn't get from the Jimmy Butler trade what they were trying to get.
Well, they mishandled it, too.
Yeah, they let it go on too long.
Correct.
Because they
lost control of everything.
Because they should have let him go before the stench was out. Because once you let the stench out, people are not going to pay you what you're worth.
Correct.
So
you helped put the stench out, too.
Oh, no.
By what you were doing, and it's very public.
Pat Riley and them got a way of doing things. And players know, when you start to get off the pack, man, they will, Shaq, they don't care. They'll let you go. LeBron, they don't care. They'll let you go. In the end, D-Wade, they couldn't.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be surprised about Jimmy Butler. At the end of the day, Pat Riley is running that. Now, I don't think the game is past him. I just think that they are in an unusual, reluctant situation. Like one of their, and I would call him a star. I like Bam, but he's not a star. He is a very good role player. He's a different player. And the better players they had around him, that's when Bam, but as a leader, go-to guy, especially offensively, the franchise, no. Tyler Hero can't be your leading scorer because, man, he going to give up 30-something on the other.
At least.
Duncan, him, and they can't be on the court at the same time because I'm getting ready to get some bucks. Man, who out there? Oh, shit, man, lace up my J's, man. Let me
They won't cover you. You just got to put the ball in the hoop. They're not going to cover you. No. It's hard to watch.
Yes.
It's hard to watch in Miami.
They're in a transition phase. They don't have the one guy now. The guy you put the franchise on, that's not Bam.
And what's weird about being a Connecticut guy my whole life is, dude, the place is still packed. And last night, you got 30%, 35% Celtics fans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, because it's Florida, so you always going to have people there. They're always going to be buying their shit. They're always going to be selling out. So, it's kind of like, always talk about the Cowboys and people just keep showing up. So,
but that's the business.
Yeah,
no doubt. See, the business got you in the building.
100%.
And
sure did.
I know they always have it. I don't know how they do it, but strategically, man, they got women walking past.
They know
where they get all these people.
They know what they're
doing.
Where
they get all these people? And my old lady know about the Heat games. Oh, she's got to step it up. Got to step it up. I'm going to the Heat.
Watch out, Andrew. Make sure you don't fall out of that chair, bro. Oh, it's going down now. See, he started talking about the Heat. Oh, my God. Oh, no, this is bad.
Let me tell you something. We're getting ready to go viral. Man, let me fall through the aquarium. Have a shark bite my damn ear. Let's go.
Yo, I'll get that. I won't let it kill you, though. All right. That's the Heat. We know the Heat games. All right. Also, Gilbert Arenas said about Bronny. He said,
"Hey man, you pay all your fines and everything. We got you on work release program. You all right?"
Yeah, he's good. He's
like,
all right.
Owe some people. People
he's
looking
right.
for him.
He can go like a couple hundred feet with the monitor. He's all set.
We
dude.
good.
He's good, bro. We got him. All All right. So Arenas also said about Bron, if he played, which I was like, I think I can count a lot more guys than 5, that if he played 36 minutes a game today, he'd be top 5 for Rookie of the Year. Does that make any sense to you? Which, I mean, none of these guys played 36.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas said that if Bronny played.
No, Gilbert's crazy.
I know.
Gilbert tried to do to break down the rationale, but let me tell you something about a pro. The more you play, the more you get exploited. And the more weaknesses you have, the more time I see, the more time for me to take advantage of them. He does not have freakish athletic ability. Okay? He does not have unusual size. I mean, he is as ordinary comes as far as the NBA prospect.
Correct. Yeah, not like, yeah. As far
Okay?
as being in the league. Yeah.
Now, you don't have to do that for LeBron. Now, you don't have to go way on the other side of Stephen A. And then now we trying to give Bronny. Bronny should have stayed in college.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny should be getting ready for the NCAA tournament.
Do you think if LeBron knew that because he's playing at such a high level at his age, do you think if LeBron knew, man, I got a couple more years in me, that Bronny would still be in college? Like if he had known, if he could forecast, man, at the end of this year, you're going to be averaging this many points a game. I mean, you're still going to play at an elite level. Lakers will be winning. Do you think that he would have been like, hey, Bron, you got to stay in college, bro?
This is where I would say their whole process where they made a misstep. When Bronny had the health condition, that should have changed the arc of, okay, when I need to get there. Correct. Because physically, he was at jeopardy as far as, okay, what am I going to be able to do ever again? Right. So now what does it take me to get the full strength? If that takes me one more year of college, but what they were trying to do was set history. And they had said that a while ago. Mm-hmm. So now don't tell me that's what you're not trying to do when you told me that's what you was trying to do. And then now he has a health setback. LeBron's been injured these last couple years, and eventually LeBron even though, the pixie dust it'll wear off eventually.
It hasn't yet.
But we didn't know.
I know.
This is the healthiest he's been in 3 years.
I know.
I mean, he's better than he's been the last 2. I mean, he's sensational.
And he's been out now for a little bit. Lakers have lost 3 games in a row, something like that. I mean, like he's balling.
No, so
he got Luka.
That's when I think that right there, we should have really reevaluated the whole thing. And then I watched Bronny play his freshman year at USC. There was not one thing that he ever did that I said pro prospect. Okay. Because, as a fan, as a coach, as someone watches athletic talent develop, you're looking for traits. You're looking for little things. You're looking for little segments, little plays, little reactions. And then my job as a coach is try to get him in that position so that he can duplicate that. I didn't see that. All the highlights I see him, he do ordinary stuff. That I know that if he wasn't the son of the king, he definitely wouldn't be on the highlight tape.
Correct.
I think last night they said the headline was on social media was LeBron hits a 3 over Jokic. I guarantee you they pass the ball, swung it.
Did you see
Jokic is coming out the lane running.
Yeah, he was. He's like on the other side, bro.
Right.
He just shoot over, but he's like.
It's like, oh no, he crossed him over. He stuck, step back. Come on, man. Come on.
But it's what they do, bro.
Yes.
It's what they do. All right. Is it a mistake if the Steelers let Russ walk? I'm not looking at here. Russell Wilson scheduled to visit the Browns today. Where's Russell Wilson going to end up?
It's not
because Fields got 2-year, $40 million deal with the Jets, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't think it's a mistake if Pittsburgh's like, hey, bro, he's not our guy?
No, I don't think that him going back to Pittsburgh is a mistake because if you put Pickens with DK Metcalf, now their wide receiver room changed instantly. I don't know if you remember, I said on this podcast that Pittsburgh's problems in their passing game was based on their wide receiver room. And I said that they need to bring in a dude.
Yep, you did.
A number 1 receiver who that guy respects, and also now, DK Metcalf is straight down the middle. Man, you see him blocking hard. You see him being physical. You see him out there talking trash to people. You also see him taking care of his body.
Mm-hmm.
He eats 1 meal a day. He's locked into being the best pro that he can be. Consistently 1,000 yards every year. Those traits is what George Pickens, that consistency is what he needs. Russ would be a better quarterback in his second year in Pittsburgh, knowing the surroundings. Now, I don't believe Russ and the offensive coordinator, they see eye to eye. And I do believe that Aaron Rodgers is the upgrade from Russ.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I can understand why Pittsburgh, Justin Fields, he's gone. So he was going to be a real option. I could have saw them signing Justin Fields and then also drafting a kid and have two young, because Justin Fields is still very young.
Mm-hmm.
So I see what Pittsburgh is doing, and I do believe that Russell is a better version of himself the second year in that offense with DK Metcalf on the outside with Pickens.
All right. I want to read you a couple combinations before we get to the comments and wrap this thing up.
Okay.
This was on Glory Days pod, Manziel's pod, and he had ranked some of the top quarterback receiver combinations in college football history.
Yeah, well, he can't be talking about pro because he don't know nothing about
knows
pro
exactly.
football.
But
Okay,
some
no
of these,
problem.
I need you to help
Let's
me
just
with
put
these,
some
because
context.
I was like, I may not even know who these people are. So Burrow and Chase, I get. Ain't nobody gonna argue that.
I think Justin Jefferson scored.
No, not the bad. There's more. Let me
I understand, but
oh yeah. Let me tell you who they left out though.
Go ahead.
Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, I see. There's a lot of Big 12 influence in people that played in the same offense that he played in.
Got it.
Okay,
but those
Crabtree was a beast, especially in college.
How about the quarterback?
The quarterback was a beast in college.
Got
but
it.
when he left AAA ball,
he couldn't do it.
And when he went to
so these guys, okay.
Crabtree transitioned.
We got a lot
career.
of these then. Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley.
Texas.
I know.
Again.
Manziel to Evans. I mean, they picked themselves. This one's not.
Texas again.
Here's another one, not Texas, not their conference. Ken Dorsey and Andre Johnson.
I mean, Andre Johnson, Pro Football Hall of Famer.
No doubt.
Ken Dorsey, very, very good at college football.
Okay.
There seemed to be a theme here.
How about this one? Gino, Tavon, and Steady B.
Oh, he's talking about West Virginia.
Yeah.
He's talking about Gino, my man Bailey, Stedman Bailey.
Yeah.
They all from down here in Marymount, Florida. They all played high school ball together. Yeah, we smacked them at St. Thomas. I think we beat them 3 years in a row. They was nice, though.
They were nice?
Yeah, I saw them. Yeah,
okay.
I follow you, Johnny.
Liner and Mike Williams. Another.
Yeah, Mike Williams, big and slow.
Yeah.
Highly ranked. Good at college football.
Oh, this one, I can't
Pro
wait.
football smacked him in the face.
Hey, pro football smacked all these guys. Not this guy. These guys all right, pro.
Okay.
Baker, Mayfield, CeeDee Lamb.
Stop.
All right.
Stop playing.
That's
Yes, sir.
right. There you go. This one, Tim Tebow and Percy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got.
Okay.
We in college, man.
Okay, we're in college.
Yeah,
all right.
good at.
We're gonna wrap up with some comments. He got to
Okay.
keep these bigger. They're fine. He keeps going back and forth. You know what I mean?
Tell
All right.
Baker they do play football out of the state of Texas.
You mean
in
tell
college.
Manziel?
Yeah, Manziel.
Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny, they do play
Manziel.
football
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of Texas.
Yeah.
And they do play it after college, but those were good. All
Some of us do.
So,
I'm sorry.
all right. So the comments, right? Here we got Jamel Rahman 9804. LeBron James was wrong, and that wasn't him speaking as a father. That was him speaking like he always do, putting himself first.
But how was he wrong?
Yeah, and he was speaking for his son. I guess he's thinking.
And let me tell you something. Even doing something wrong, if you got a conviction, it's well thought out. You talk to me, and it's bothering you, and you got an issue with another person, you should go up to them and address them, preferably privately. But if you don't think that situation is going to be available,
You get it when you can.
yeah, I got to shoot my shot.
Yeah, get it when you can.
I got
All
to
right.
shoot it.
All right. Straight _ no chaser. Chris Carter, this is good. Chris Carter is an Ohio guy who's not going to speak the raw, straight truth regarding LeBron. Stephen A. said the stuff everyone else in the media is scared to say. LeBron is an egomaniac, narcissist who is obsessed with controlling narratives. Cris just told the truth by mistake, I believe. He literally just said Bronny could have stayed in college, but his dad didn't know he'd be still playing at a high level, which is what you said. You meant it. At 40, that means LeBron rushed him into the NBA, which we just talked about now, for his own selfish desire. Bronny, out of his own mouth, this is my dad's dream, not mine. Why else would you put a kid not ready in that position? A lot of that you actually agree, like as far as like if you knew he was playing at this level.
Yes.
I don't know, that Ohio, you would have no problem talking about.
And the thing about this, man, and people shouldn't understand. Like, I try to never put myself in other people's shoes because people do that to me all the time. People tell me what I should be doing. Just like my man, No Sleep Easy, 375, whatever his stupid
Straight
name
underscore
is.
no chasing.
Yeah, whatever that shit.
Sleep Easy.
That's our whole life. Like, we have obtained a level of greatness and success. But guess what? People still try to tell us what to do. And I've been a great athlete. I still don't know what it's like to be LeBron. I used to hang around with Michael Jordan, and I never quite understood. Man, we used to go places, play golf, fly on this jet, hang out, gamble, man. And I'm with him, and ladies is coming up to me, hey, can you introduce me to your friend? Hey, I'm pretty nice myself.
But that's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and I introduced Mike to him. Hey, Mike, this is such and such. And Mike would say hi and something, Mike kiss him on the hand or cheek. They fall out, pass out. I'm like, stop, get up. What are you doing? Stop playing. Like, this is real story.
It's a different level.
Yeah.
Different level.
Yeah. The only place he can get some pieces on the golf course. That's why he goes there all day.
And he gets his piece there. Nice and quiet. All right. Ronald Bailey, 2201. I'm missing some of the conversation. Should have been done in private. If LeBron wanted to see Stephen A., could have been arranged. Nonsense. LeBron didn't know when he was going to see him.
No, he didn't know.
So he still couldn't have called him, you're saying? Because Stephen A. was like, bro, you could have called me. Like, I'd answered.
No, he could have called him because that's the way Stephen A. would have liked to have it done. LeBron probably said something like myself, next time I see him.
I'll deal with it in person.
Next time I see him.
Face to face. Okay. All right. Ty.
LeBron didn't want to have a conversation over the phone.
He wanted to have it in person,
Yes.
wherever that was. Okay. At Ty Sports Pick 24. Why is everyone ignoring Bronny's recent success? 20 points is one thing, but 30 plus like 5 times, obviously G League. He played night and day in the G League this spring versus the fall. I think his health and confidence from college is behind him finally. I don't care who your dad is. Oh, this might be too far. The G League is equal to overseas or top college basketball, and Bronny is dominating. What do you think about that take?
Have you seen the kid from Duke, Cooper Flag, play?
100%, a bunch of times.
Is there anybody like him in the G League?
No.
Oh, okay. So that removes them.
And I've seen a lot of professional basketball that I watch when I'm trying to watch
Okay,
something.
now, I don't know basketball in Europe. I'm going to take whatever, 3727 underscore, whatever, whoever, whom, him, her, it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take him. Okay.
Got it. But top college basketball, you can't take them.
No.
You can't put that in there.
And the coaching. Do you think the coaches for the G League are better than the Power Four?
No. No.
I mean, where he was playing basketball, he's getting some good coaching. Now, I do like being in a professional system, but trying to make the G League out to be better than what it is that's not what this is about.
Correct.
Because the real steps, the real players, yeah, you can go from the G League, but guys are getting drafted every year and skipping right over the G League. So it's not like it's a must, you must see it.
Correct.
No.
Well, it would be a waste of their time to play in it.
It is the G League for a reason.
But and I think also, man, I think just watching, it's. I don't think everybody's hating on Bronny. Like, and when I say that, I mean First of all, what he went through medically, dude, that was real shit. Like life and death, that was real shit. Like as a dad, like hearing about when I heard medical, you think medical, like had to tear his ACL, his Achilles, like, oh shit, like his heart. Like that changes everything. And then you as a dad go, my son, that age, holy shit, how would I feel? You know, but I think it's just one of those things where, and what I've liked about Bronny, he ain't bullshitted nobody. He's been like, that's his dream, not mine. But I'm in. Like, that's my pops. I'm in. Like that, but that's never, I didn't wake up yesterday and say that was my, but I'm in. I'm going to just do my thing. I ain't got nothing to say. And, you know, I'm
him and his dad had the same dream. They just weren't on the same timetable.
Exactly right. And listen, you think he wouldn't have preferred? That's what makes him so different, that he hadn't rebelled in any part of this whole thing where he's like, you know what, dude, that's my dad. Honor my mom, dad. Like, that's what they want. I'm going to do what I got to do and still compete day in and day out, knowing that, hey, every place he walks into, there's a few people cheering for him. Everybody else is hoping he fails miserably. They're running. And at the G League, the one thing I will tell you, I've been to G League games. The difference between one thing you get at the G League, you don't get other places, you can hear everything because ain't nobody there.
Nope.
So if you're one jackass in the stands with your 12th fucking beer, if you say something from row E, seat 12, they can hear you. Ain't nobody there. And you know he never hears the end of it. It's just nonstop. And his dad, like you said, and Bronny just keeps. He ain't lashed out at nobody. So, hey, man, I'm pulling. Yeah. I just think he's been put in a real tough
LeBron and his
spot.
wife have done a remarkable job
doubt.
in an unbelievable situation in a very, very public life of managing their life and their kids'
And like
life.
you said, dude, for me, it's that's your kid. That's your life. It's your shit. Do I think that he should be in college? Yes, of course I do. Because I'm pulling for the kid. I'm pulling for the kid. But you got your dream, you're doing your shit, like, have at it, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but I think it's one of those things where, but then again, I think on LeBron's part, for me, I'm like, dude, you are who you are. You are who you are, which means everything your children do, good, bad, or indifferent, is looked at this way. Then you went up and got in the microscope, telescope, made it even fiercer because of what you did, and now we're talking about it, and I'm not mad, but bro, like, come on, you're super smart, you got your shit together, so that's where I get confused. So, but hey, man, it's hey, great show, thank you very much.
Good stuff.
I appreciate. Sorry, we almost lost you in a chair. We'll get that one fixed, Andrew. He went down. I've been a problem.
Man, I'm so desperate for clicks, and I'm willing to fall through the aquarium and have a shark eat my face off.
What, we might do that. Is that, not the shark, but we might do that with a chair. But you still do the pod. You'd come in here if everything was broken. You just lay on the ground. We'd put a little couch there. We'd have to put the camera down that way and get you doing it.
I had my man Kenny come in and clean all the stuff up.
A funny salesman would take care of that. I had a guy today. He come up, tried to do the windows, and he was following me around. He was on his little, what was he on? Hoverboard. So he's like, who is that guy? I'm like, I don't know. So I stop and he's like, and I just wasn't in the mood, dude. Like usually I'll be talking about sales.
Right.
And he's like, is there anything I can say? Then he starts walking my property. I say, hey, bro, calm down. So I start walking over there. He's like, all right, man. Yeah. He's like, can I get a picture before I leave? I said, because you got rejected? He goes, no, man, I seen Kenny out here. I see my man Kenny. He taught me door. He taught me door, and then he was in. We started talking. Then he was like, "I seen your sales training. I seen what you're doing. You helped me with sales. I got so much better." I said, "You got so much better. Why are you knocking doors all day long, making such little amount of money? Come work with me." So we ended up flipping it on him. We sold him, but we're in. But flip the script on him. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. Cris Carter, Fully Loaded. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week.